holidays and celebrations, those have been not really fun over the past year at all. They definitely got brought down quite a bit, but our family's never been one for large celebrations, large parties, which possibly made it easier to deal with, because it wasn't like we had to take it down from big nights, big celebrations to, oh dear God, this has to go to almost a morning thing and we can't really celebrate at all. We still couldn't exactly celebrate as well, but it wasn't as noticeable change as it could possibly have been, maybe. But that's not to say it wasn't difficult, because it really was. Particularly Christmas. My birthday was very hard for me. My parents' birthdays were hard for them. And then her birthday was definitely a difficult one, because it was the first time in 22 years that she wasn't actually at home with her parents on her birthday. Just due to the timing of her birthday annually, she's always been at home with them on her birthday, and this time, what would have been her 22nd birthday, she wasn't. It was 4 days ago, actually, on the date that this video will get released to YouTube. So yeah, just have to figure out how to do the celebration things each year. You know, thanking yourself for what you have, but there's always the, well, I've lost this, I've lost her. Can anything make up for that? I suppose lockdown helped that in many ways, but also did not help it, because, you know, lockdown helped because parents didn't want to talk about it, make it an open thing to start with, and I meant I wasn't forced also to interact with anybody that I didn't really want to. Could keep it as quiet as I wanted, could, you know, avoid any awkward discussions, awkward conversations until I was ready to have the conversations. But at the same time, lockdown also meant there was limited healthy ways to release some emotion, so to speak. I'm a martial artist. I really like my judo. I like doing that, and the lack of judo or kickboxing just really sucked. Or the gym just sucked. So that just made it a hell of a lot worse. Though that's not to say that the how are yous can't be fun from time to time. Particularly with people who already know about it, you can have a bit of a dark humor laugh sometimes. I don't think anybody I know is thinking this, but sometimes you might have the thought that, oh, he's the one who lost the sister. You know, you don't want to be labelled that way. You don't want to be seen as the one who is the now only child after having been one of two. But it is what it is. But that's not to say that it was easy to maintain the routine at many points. Like, the routine I tried hard to maintain was definitely broken at many points, and it's like a rusty rail line with moments where the carriage could just tip off the railway, and, you know, moments of anger and frustration or upset. And my self-employment, because of what I'm currently doing, definitely requires an emotional stability and level-headedness, and it definitely was impacting the work at some points when I wasn't level-headed. And I still wake up quite often, tell myself in the morning it's another day, you're pushing through. And then occasionally in the evenings when I've been in a state of anger or upset, you tell yourself, congrats, you leveled up. One more day of experience for you. And it's important to keep going and keep pushing through. I became a sort of collector of quotes over the past year as well. So I might just finish off with 2 quotes I quite like relating to this topic. First one is, nothing worth doing is ever easy, and living is certainly worth the most. And another quote I really quite like is by a woman called Anna Akana, who has another channel, and I came across her channel thanks to the ever-powerful YouTube algorithm of recommendations. If I slightly misquote this and she sees, I do apologize. But only two things in life are certain: death and change. So why not wait for the next wave of change? What if I stayed? What beautiful things could be waiting for me? And that's true, you know. I do hope this video reaches one person who is possibly contemplating about taking their own life, and it helps give them an idea to not do that. I am very happy, and it's not worth it. And there are always people who are going to miss you, and it's going to hurt them that you are gone. So, as promised, I'll cameo the dog, because dogs are always wonderful to have and make great therapy animals. And this is Rupert. So, down you go. So, thank you for Sly for giving me this opportunity to speak to the world. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. And hopefully together we can help tackle the ongoing mental health crisis and make sure nobody ever decides to die via suicide again.